Hey, good morning there. I'm Paul Lamb. I help run a nonprofit with my wife, Chelsea Lamb, called Miles of Love. We started this nonprofit after we lost our son to a congenital heart defect, and we saw a need to help support other families in the Hampton Roads or anywhere really area through financial needs, family support, emotional support, and really what else we can do. So we started our nonprofit called Miles of Love. We're going to hold our second annual gala here in Virginia Beach on August 23rd at the Delta Hotel waterfront. It's a really great event. Everything we raise goes back into the nonprofit and, help support the unfortunately numerous amount of families that do have kids born with CHDs. It's a really great evening. It's a plated dinner, open bar, silent auction. We have some really great silent auction items this year. We're going to have a paddle raise also towards the end of the night. We have live music, it's right on the water as well. So at least come, get a good dinner, date night out with your significant other, and help support a good local cause. Tickets are for sale right now on our website at milesoflove.org. You can click the banner at the top and it'll take you right to our ticketing. Or you can also follow us on social media. You can either get there through our website, click on our handles, or look up Chelsea Lamb or Paul Lamb or just Miles of Love on Instagram, Facebook, and you'll be able to find what we're all about. You can read our story, and we hope to see you there. Thanks.
All right, man. 3, 2, 1. Action. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Jeff Britton, Captain speaking, Cockpit Convos. Hope everybody's having a great day. Appreciate you tuning in. And today I'm really excited. This is a first for me because of what we're doing at Cockpit Convos. It's a great chance to help out local nonprofits with amazing causes and amazing reasons to get the word out. And today I've got the pleasure of flying around Paul Lamb.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, man.
Here. Yes, good morning. Thanks for having me.
You betcha. Glad to have you up here. And Paul's with Miles of Love, and it's an amazing story. And might want to bring out the Kleenex warning potential here. And but we're really excited to have you up, man. It's a beautiful morning to fly.
Yeah, I can't thank you enough. I'm happy to be up here and share our story, and also take in these great views and do something new, which is being in this plane.
First time for a small plane.
Yes,
First time caller.
Yep.
Let's go. So yeah, Paul, why don't you kind of take everybody back? Give them the Paul Lamb story, man.
All right.
Or back as you want to go, dude.
Sounds good. So I'm Paul Lamb. My wife's Chelsea Lamb. We have 2 children, Barrett. He's 4, and we have a 7-month-old daughter, Ren. We're originally from Michigan, and my wife and I both went to Michigan State. Go Green.
Okay.
And,
I like it. In Lansing, Michigan, I believe. I've been there.
East Lansing.
East Lansing. I've been there. Yep. Absolutely.
But yeah, so we've lived now in Virginia Beach going on 6 years.
Okay.
My wife's a teacher over at Allenton. She's a first grade teacher, and I'm a government contractor. So I work with the Navy on their ships in the local area.
Okay. Now, were you ever active duty?
No, I was not.
Okay, so how'd you get hooked up in that industry?
So I joined the reserves back in right out of actually I did 1 year of college, and then I went into the military, and then
Gotcha.
We lived in Colorado,
okay.
And I was looking for a career change. I was in law enforcement at the time, and I was looking for a career change, and I did some welding while I was in the reserves and went to welding school. And so I transitioned into non-destructive testing. And so I said, hey, there's a great opportunity out here in Virginia Beach. We've never been, but hey, let's take a chance and go. So
it's at the beach. What could go wrong?
That's right.
That's awesome.
So convinced my wife to move from Denver to here. And then I've just been working through various companies, and kind of my mindset's been, go after a new opportunity, and if you kind of stay stagnant, you might not get to where you want to be, and be calculated with your decisions, but make a decision that can benefit you and your family, and that's what I did. And 3 years ago, I got a phone call that said, from a guy I used to work with, that said, hey, I know you wanted to work for the government. They're looking for someone, and interviewed, and 2 years later, it's the best job I've ever had, and
Awesome.
I wouldn't change it. I
That's
absolutely
awesome.
love it. So
I'm glad it worked out that way. Now, you said Michigan State, which means you probably don't have a lot of love for Big Blue, right?
no, I hate Big Blue.
So then one thing you will love about your pilot is I'm a graduate of App State University, the greatest upset in college football history.
You said that, I caught that on the ground, and I was going to bring it up.
Yeah, man.
I remember that day, and I cherish it. I'm sure maybe as much
We do
as you
too.
do.
Well, you and the Ohio State fans.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
They all cherish it.
It's you know, because I remember they were slated to win the national championship that year, and boy, did that end real fast.
App State, baby. Let's
I'll
go.
probably have a lot of Michigan fans watching this, so go App State.
Go App State. That's right, man. That's right. But well, cool. Well, you know, when your foundation reached out to me, it was really I did a little research on your foundation. It's a really amazing story of hopefully what you're trying to bring awareness to.
Yes, sir.
Right. So why don't you talk a bit about your story around that and how you got to where you're at today with that?
Yeah, awesome. So, I remember like yesterday, my wife and I found out that she was pregnant with our second son right around Christmas time.
What year was this?
So that was 2022.
Okay, so 3 years ago. Got it.
So all excited, as anyone would be, and then you know, we told the family and told our oldest son Barrett, and then at her 20-week anatomy scan, they noticed there was an enlarged heart, and so at first, you know, it was kind of like, okay, what's going on? You know, we had to wait and go through a bunch of, you know, testing. You know, it was a waiting game. It was wait to the next appointment, wait to the next appointment. So as you can probably imagine, there's a lot of Googling.
Oh, yeah.
You know, what does this mean?
Best and the worst.
Yeah, it was the waiting is, of everything we've done besides the ending of our story, the waiting is brutal. Waiting to see what's going to happen or where it turns out, and there's a lot of long nights, really long days, just waiting to get to that next answer. So, you know, later on they did a fetal echo and realized that he had a CHD, a congenital heart defect called Epstein's anomaly. I'll spare the viewers of the medical jargon, but essentially what that means is his tricuspid valve it doesn't close properly. And the blood would leak up into his upper right side of his heart.
Oh, man.
And it would enlarge. So we knew, so the rest of pregnancy, you know, weekly fetal echoes, and, you know, we were prepared for, you know, what might happen. There's a lot of unknowns around it. They said he could come out, be born early. He could not make it. He might not cry when he's born. He could be blue. So she was induced. So we had, you know, all hands on deck on August 14th, 23, and he came out and he was crying. So we were like, all right, first check done. Like, we're off to a good start here.
Right.
He was immediately, he was born at CHKD, by the way.
Great hospital, by the way. Love them.
And from there, he went to the ICU at CHKD. And, you know, it was just, once again, it was just, all right, let's wait and see. You know, the body does a lot of things, as we learned with pressure changes in the heart. When you're a normal, healthy baby, regardless, right? The body's adapting to not being in the womb and with the care from the mother. And so the medical staff was really waiting for the pressures in his heart to change to see how he was going to react. At 2 days old, he had a severe SVT, which is a very high heart rate. His heart rate was over 300 beats a minute.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
And they decided the next day that they were going to medical transport him up to UVA in Charlottesville. And then once he got up there, that's kind of where our story really just kind of evolved. He was up there through various procedures. He had 2 open heart surgeries to try to correct what was going wrong. He had multiple heart catheters. multiple, middle of the night phone calls with things like he suffered stomach infections, he suffered blood clots. I mean, just so many things. So being down here in Virginia Beach, my wife and I went every single weekend to go visit him for 5 months. We didn't really have a plan, right? It's you're thrown into essentially the worst experience of your life and not really knowing how to navigate, right? Do we stay up here and spend time with him, but our young son back home has no idea where mom and dad are?
Right.
Do we split time? And what we decided is, I don't think there's a right or wrong way. We've talked to other families. Some people do it differently. What we decided is we wanted to be together because there's so many bad news we were getting, and we felt it's best if we did this together, and we could see our son, and then we could go up and visit our other son. And so there was, multiple middle of the night phone calls of, hey, he's going in emergency surgery Monday morning, get up at 2 a.m., say goodbye, make the drive, That's why I was wondering how long it'd take us to get here in this. I was like, man.
I would have saved you a couple hours.
Yeah. But yeah, so we went up there for 5 months, and due to the age of a baby when they need certain heart procedures, everything's about timing, right? It's about the timing of your body and also of your age for size of things, of what we're learning through the heart.
Sure.
So Miles needed to get to, there is a fix, if you will, or a surgery that counteracts Epstein's, and it's called a cone procedure. And essentially they fix the part of his heart that's defect, and that was developed by some doctors in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So we knew we needed to get to that point, but it was a time thing. So it was just waiting and waiting and waiting. Before that, there's a surgery called the Glenn. And essentially the Glenn procedure, they stitch a vein into the top of your heart, and it provides permanent blood supply. So you're not relying on the pressure of the heart, you have permanent blood flow into your heart. So we knew we needed to get to that before we get to the next surgery. And we heard that once we get to the Glen that he would, be stable enough to come home. So he's never been home. And we were looking forward to that. We got that surgery in December of 23. And that surgery, unfortunately, did not go the way we had planned. His saturation levels were quite low, but his heart was doing well. And they were working on getting him off the ventilator. And, so it was a lot of working with him, weaning him off the vent, so on and so forth. And so, we were hoping to have him home by Christmas. The Thursday before Christmas, we were in his room, and they had rounded and noticed they did not like the placement of his breathing tube. So they did say that they needed to adjust the tube for him. Chelsea, myself, and a nurse were in the room, and the RT had adjusted his breathing tube, and we noticed everything, he coded, everything went off. And his heart rate never dropped. His heart rate just plummeted. So we were, they started CPR, we were wondering what happened. My wife and I went into a separate room, and a doctor came in and said, when they were adjusting his breathing tube, it went into his stomach.
Oh, man.
So he instantly went into cardiac arrest, filled his air full of stomach. The nurse knew because he had a G-tube, which is a feeding tube, and his stomach inflated. And so she popped the tube. They called the surgeon. He was actually doing a surgery. They got him on ECMO, which is life support, within 30 minutes. And then it was just, once again, a waiting game. He was without oxygen, so now neurology's involved. Brain scans, check for seizures. And the hope was that, he would respond. Unfortunately, due to the cardiac arrest, he didn't respond. So he was no longer able to, he couldn't protect his airway. And that was the biggest issue, was the secretions or saliva would just drain back into his throat, fill his lungs. So they did a few tests. They obviously, neurology got involved. Through the brain scans, they determined that, he'd have to be, he just wouldn't be himself. That's how it was described to us. He wouldn't do anything with intention, and essentially that is what that took him out. So with our journey and everything we had been through, we had to do what we already thought was the worst. We had to do the worst part, which was have a big meeting with the neurology, cardiology, all the doctors, and ask, get to every last, is there any hope? Is it time? Is it, what do we need to do? And ultimately it was told that there really wasn't anything else we could do. So on January 6th, we essentially took him off, and all of our families flew in, and we had to say goodbye.
Oh, man.
And that's where our story with him unfortunately ended, but that's why we started, but then we dove into starting our nonprofit Miles of Love to let his life live through by helping other people through his name and and everything we could do.
Sure. Wow.
So sorry to bring the mood down when we're up here, but that was our 5-month journey, kind of briefly summarized, yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk about the positive of this. What's Miles of Love about? What are you about? What are you doing and helping out? I'm sorry, guys.
No worries.
Yeah.
So when we got up there, right? So because we were, lived in Virginia Beach, it was a struggle, right? Like we had to get care for our son. Our son's wondering where we are. It's extra expense.
Yeah.
We met a lot of families too, and we could see, where they were coming from and struggles they were going through with, right? Whether they were from further than us, as far as their drive, what their family status, their, their employment. And so before this turn happened, we knew we wanted to do something, right? We knew we saw a need, right? Over 35,000 children, 705 a week are born with CHD.
Oh, wow.
And so we kind of knew we wanted to do something. We wanted to provide, because we met some people and we thought, we could help them right now. That'd be wonderful if we could. So we wanted to really we saw a need in the community, right? Hospitals can only do so much. Some cover parking, some don't. Some cover it for only an hour. Some cover lodging. Some Ronald McDonald's homes don't allow children in.
Oh,
and
wow.
we had another child. So you have to find out, where you're going to put your child.
Sure.
And the chances of you living near a major heart hospital, they're very slim. And so after Miles passed, it was evident, we needed to focus we spent so much time, we wanted to refocus that energy, as if we were spending time with him, but through this nonprofit. So my wife spearheaded this, and she did everything. My wife, she's amazing. She started, she's really the one running the show. I'm just, she just sent me up here.
You're the face, huh?
That's right, I'm the face, yeah. She's down there with the 2 kids, probably taking calls for the nonprofit right now. But yeah, she filed our 501c3. She got everything approved, got our name approved, and Miles of Love was essentially born in 2024.
Wow.
And kind of what we do is we want to take a burden, right? So we want to remove as much as we can from these families, whether it's gas gift cards, lodging, food, paying mortgages,
Sure.
Paying car payments. And the reason why we want to do larger bills is, like my wife was a teacher, so she had a point to where she couldn't work, so we weren't receiving she wasn't receiving a paycheck.
Okay.
We don't want the families to have to choose between, should I go be with my child, or do I need to work to keep a roof over my family's head?
Right, have to make that choice.
Right, exactly. So if we can help, remove that burden from them, and they can focus on their child, whether their child is there for a month, 2 months, 6 months, or, unfortunately it goes the way ours did, we want them to cherish those moments. And then we also took some things that the hospital did do for us, right? So, one of the things my wife still sleeps with is the blanket that our son had, and not the, the standard hospital,
right.
Pink and blue blanket, but people donated blankets. So we've donated probably over 700 or 800 blankets.
Oh, wow.
And that's really just, an item that, the patient can use, but then, they can keep with them. It's a keepsake item. We donate Christmas gifts, so we've donated over 250 Christmas gifts.
Wow.
As well, we donate snack bags. Being in a hospital, it's challenging to, for them to, sometimes they cover food, sometimes they don't, but also to have healthy food. So we try to provide, as healthy snacks as we can, or just snacks in general. So we've donated over 150 snack bags to the families. And another thing that we also do is one of my aunts actually started something which we thought was really wonderful, which is she would send our son Barrett packages, because he's going through it as well. And so he got excited, like, oh, I received something in the mail. He's
for me.
Yeah, he's a child. He loves it.
Right.
So we try to support their siblings too, because mom and dad are gone, or they don't know what's going on either. And so we'll, if they have siblings at home, we'll make sure that we send them gifts as well. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's really what we're about. And who we help is CHKD and UVA.
Okay.
But we've actually been contacted by, our story's grown, which is wonderful. We want it to grow even bigger. But we have been contacted by some other people in other states as well, and we've helped them. And I just have a quick story of how hard my wife works. We got a phone call from UVA that a family didn't have a phone, and they needed to get in contact with her when she would leave the hospital if something were to go wrong. So that night, she went on a website, ordered a track phone, and now we supply that phone with minutes, and mailed it up to the hospital so that they can, they can talk with the parent.
That's cool.
So really, there's nothing that we don't do. There's things that come up that we didn't even think of, such as like the phone, and if whatever we're asked to do, as long as it's we can afford it based off of our fundraising, then we'll do it.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. So the hospitals reach out to you. They're really your feeler network of, hey, this family needs this or whatever.
Yeah, so it can be kind of tricky. Due to HIPAA, we can't reach out. They can't provide us a name. So we work So we work with the social workers, and they typically supply us with a name, or they pass our name. We'd like to get a little bit more involved, so we could at least touch every family that goes in.
Sure.
But it's still a work in progress, but we probably get contacted at least weekly. Either someone heard of us, or our information is passed, or social workers reached out to us and says, hey, we have this family, they're going through this. We're hoping you guys might be able to help.
Awesome, man. That's awesome. How do y'all have time for that? I mean, it's a great place to spend great way to spend your time. But you full-time job. She's a teacher.
Yeah. Thank God for summers, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so, man.
No, it's a good question. It is a lot. It's a lot of late nights. It's a lot of just on the fly. I go to bed, and my wife, I don't know what time she comes to bed.
Wow.
So if you go on our website, or you see our social media, or everything was built by her.
Okay.
We didn't contract anything out. So everything you see was done by her. Still not quite sure how she figured out how to do it, but it looks really good. So
you're married up, son. That's
how
right.
You
did. You're married up.
So yeah, it's just we find time, and like the way I kind of do it in my head is we have 2 other kids, and we don't spend this time with Miles, so I kind of use it in my brain as this would be the time I would spend with him.
Right.
But we do it through the nonprofit. So
got it. Well, you talked about a gala coming up, I heard. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so we'll have our 2nd annual gala here on August 23rd at the Delta Waterfront on Shore Drive. It's our biggest fundraiser. We had a great success last year, and this one we hope to be bigger. We have silent auction items.
Okay.
We have paddle raise to help raise money. It's a plated dinner, open bar, right on the water. It's really good. We have live music. We'll have speakers,
wow.
people sharing stories. Hopefully some medical professionals will come and speak on behalf of, just the CHA community as a whole. And it's a really good organization. We're a really small run nonprofit. We have a small board, and then, like I said, my wife's just powering through with most of it. So everything we raise, if it's not through marketing to raise awareness, it goes to these families. So it's a really good night. Like I said, last year was a good time.
Okay.
And so we hope to have a even better turnout this year.
So what's the cost and all that good stuff? How much are the tickets to go and stuff?
Yeah, so we have, so general admission is $120, but once again, that covers plated dinner, your choice of, whatever our entree selections are, open bar, and then, just access to the event. And then we have VIP, which is $150. VIP does top shelf bar and your own secluded bar, so you don't have to wait in line. Hors d'oeuvres and an hour access to the event early.
Okay.
So there's some perks with it.
Cool.
We're actually re-releasing some VIP. We only have 10 left that are going to go.
Wow.
At this time we have 10 left.
Right.
But yeah, tickets are for sale on our website, which you can get to at milesoflove.org. If anyone listening to this is interested or would like to support, you can click the banner at the top, and that'll take you to our ticketing website. Or if you're just curious about, if you wanted to donate a silent auction item or just donate in general, we have different sponsorship level packages as well that do come with tickets. And then all of our social media, we have Instagram that can be found on there, and Facebook as well. So
that's fantastic, man. And you say so it's the 21st?
23rd.
All right, so I got to check my calendar for that. I'll be there.
Yes, sir.
I'll be there in support of that. And I hope
that.
People watching this will, if you can't come, you can still donate on. Can you donate on your website?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So you can donate. You could get in contact with us if you had something you wanted to donate, even to the silent auction, if you own a business or whatnot, and say this would be great. We like to partner with a lot of local businesses as well. Not, we like, silent auction items are great, but also it brings awareness. We have a lot of members from the community,
right,
that come, and it kind of helps you get your name out there as well.
Oh yeah.
And show support. So we like
fantastic.
to do that. But yeah, August 23rd, everything is available on our website.
Cool.
But ticket sales are up a month out.
Okay. So then go ahead and buy tickets now, donate items, whatever they want to do, just give it the cause.
Yes, sir.
It's hot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's hot right now.
Yep.
Got it. Well, cool. Thanks for sharing your story and being vulnerable with us about that. I'm sure you've told that story quite a few times, and man, and for me, the reason I teared up, and I've been blessed. Haven't been in your shoes in that space, but our twins were born at like 28 weeks, 2-pounders, and one was had like 9 brain surgeries. One was in Baptist Hospital, kind of like the Charlottesville of North Carolina, and we've been asked to leave with our kids so that the parents could hold their kid for the last time, right? So
yeah,
I can't imagine that, and it's a tough thing. It's the worst. It's got to be the worst, man.
Absolutely. It's a tough moment. It's not something
Yeah, you don't.
It's all the emotions and everything you go through from, we're having a baby to like, to everything there. So.
Well, man, I hope everybody watches this, and I hope everybody does something. And I mean that. This isn't just some hawk and go, hey, but go buy something product from somebody up here. This is legit, and it's helping families. Believe me, as a family that's experienced that, the little perks of the support and the things for the kids, the siblings, all that stuff matters, y'all. It matters. These people are going through some really rough times, and every little bit of encouragement or help or love, it just helps, man.
Yeah.
It just knocks a little off the rock. It knocks a little edge off that rock, man. And
yes, sir.
And so again, thanks for coming up, and I'll have all the information at the end of this of how you can contribute, all the websites, all the Instagrams, all the way to get a hold of y'all. And so I hope everybody does that. So we usually sign this off on a different way, but I just want to sign it off in this way. That, man, again, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And we appreciate all you're doing as parents that have been through that, and parents that are going through that.
Yeah,
and,
I know. I can't thank you enough. This is phenomenal. This is
man.
This is the coolest way to tell your story. I'll tell you that.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. We've had a good. We got lucky with great air today too.
Yeah.
It hasn't been all. I've been here like some of mine have in the past, but anyway, we appreciate you tuning in, and reach out to them if you need anything. And on that note, we'll see you later, man. Thanks.
Appreciate it.